Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Satan and Sons YouTube channel. I have a very special topic I want to talk about today, and that is empowerment by connecting with Lord Satan. I want to talk about my personal story with Lord Satan because it was life-changing for me. I've mentioned it before that the first time I met Satan was actually at a Christian summer camp. This is the joke of my life, is that I found Satan at a Christian camp. It's awesome. I absolutely love it. Anyway, so I met Satan at a Christian summer camp. I remember I connected with him and I experienced his energies and I knew I had found home. That's such a beautiful thing when you actually discover what your path is. It's empowering. It brings you back to the place you know you're supposed to be. It's funny because when I found my path, I stopped worrying about other people's paths. I stopped worrying about, all these, all the people at the Christian camp. They didn't bother me anymore. They were of absolutely no, they were insignificant to me because I had found my home. So it didn't matter what they thought. It didn't matter what anybody thought. And I realized that that's the whole point of spirituality. It doesn't really matter what path you're on. There's many different paths. I actually believe that the spiritual world is big enough for everybody, that everybody can find their path. Everybody can find the God, deity, journey they're supposed to walk and energy they're supposed to connect to find their way home. If you think about it, look at how diverse we are as physical beings. Physically and mentally, we are so diverse. We all have different likes, we all have different dislikes, we all have different things that we are drawn to, that we are connected to. So it makes perfect sense that spiritually we would be just as diverse. That's the only thing that ever made sense to me. I never subscribed to the notion that there was one singular path that everybody had to be on and the rest of us be damned. No, that didn't make any sense. We're all diverse here. So a diversity of spiritual paths makes sense. And the journey of the spirit is to find their way back home. So you have to find the energies and the path that calls to you. This is why it's so important to really branch yourself out and see what speaks to you. Like, I know some people, my work doesn't speak to them. That's because it's not supposed to. My work isn't supposed to speak to them. Maybe somebody else's work does. So they should explore. They should find out what path speaks to them. I'm not saying, I've never said that I have the right answer. What I'm saying is this is my experience. These are the experience I've had on this path, and I'm sharing it so that others who are drawn to it can find their path as well. I share my path not to convert people to it, but to help inspire others who might be on a similar path to me to find their home as well. That's the most important thing to me, and it's the most important thing about spirituality. It's why I tell people, if you are drawn to other resources, if you're drawn to other religious paths, explore them. People have come to me and they're like, I don't think I'm meant to work with demons. I feel a call to Christianity, or some people have merged Christianity and Satanism, which I think is just absolutely fantastic. Like, way to break the mold, buddy. That's fantastic. I love it. It's about exploring and figuring out where you belong. That's the main part of spirituality. Spirituality is not a doctrine. It is ideas. It's different explorations. It's different experiences. Now, I'm not talking about, taking somebody's work and saying, well, this is mine now. No, you respect people's work, but you carve your own path within that work. So you carve your own energies, you carve your own experiences. So that was the big lesson that I got from working with Lord Satan, was that sense of empowerment. Because that's really what I got from him when I connected with him. I realized, it didn't matter what anybody else thought. It didn't matter. Nobody had to believe anything that I believed. None of it mattered. What mattered was my connection with him. What mattered was my work with him. That was where I really started to establish a sense of identity and a sense of self. You go through those teenage phases where, you're like, Christianity and, all this stuff. And you're trying to rebel, but you're trying to rebel because you haven't found your home. When you found your home, there's absolutely no reason to rebel. It's just, you're peaceful, you're centered. You know this is where you belong and nobody else can sway you. I have had so many people come into the chat and they're like, yeah, you're going to burn in hell, Jesus is coming and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, it's fantastic. It's awesome. I'm so glad that you are so confident in your faith that you can walk in and support my channel, because that's all they're doing is supporting my channel. Every comment, every interaction, even if they downvote my video, it still counts as an interaction in YouTube's algorithm. So they're just helping me grow. It doesn't change my beliefs. It doesn't change my core foundation. They're just literally coming into my space and giving me their energy. I love that. It's another thing I learned from Satan, to really perceive the world in a way of, if people are giving me their energy, how can I use that to my advantage? They're going to give me their energy anyway. People talk poorly about you. People, throw curses at you. They are giving you their energy. How can I use it to my benefit? It's a gift. It's an absolute gift. You take these energies and you can use them to empower your path and empower your world. Everything is perspective. That's another thing that Satan taught me, is that everything is perspective. Looking at, and it is up to me to perceive things in the way that benefits me the most. Now, what I mean by that is, I'll take, for example, if somebody throws a curse at me. I could get upset. I could get angry. I could be like, why would they do that? I could let it defeat me. I could be upset. Or I could, fly into a rage and throw it back at them and, create this, basically this witch war where you're throwing energy back and forth. Or what I can do is I can just say, hey, they gave me a gift and I can take the energy and I can change it and I can grow my business with it, which is what I do a lot of the time. So to everybody who's cursed me, I love you. You have helped me grow in ways you can't even imagine. Keep it up. Keep sending me that energy. I love it. I absolutely love it. So, it's all about perspective. And that's one thing that Satan taught me. He's such an amazing being. He has this warm, fatherly energy to him, and he's just so wise and powerful. I find that when I'm in his presence, I'm just humbled. I'm humbled by his ability, and I'm humbled by his power. He has a presence to him. He is so wise. He is so knowledgeable. And I just feel so safe and protected when he's around. I feel like I can tell him anything, and I feel like he will give me advice for all the problems that I have. I love my connection with him, and I love how he helps me overcome things through shifting my perspective. He shows me how to open my mind and see the world in a completely different way. I actually break the world up into different layers. So I see all the different layers and I see all the different perspectives. And I actually, through my sense of clairsentience, I can actually see what layers are going to benefit me the most, what perception I need to take to align myself with my goals. It's absolutely amazing. I love my work with him. I absolutely love connecting with him. I love listening to his thoughts. I love listening to his stories. When I work with Satan, he teaches me lessons through stories. I am very big at learning through stories. I love stories. I love reading. I love fantasy. I love sci-fi. I love exploring alternate worlds, and he reveals to me different stories and different worlds, and through those stories he teaches incredibly powerful lessons. So sometimes I just love to sit in his energy, like when I'm doing my work with him and I've connected with him, I'll just sit with him and I'll just listen to the stories, and I'll come out feeling so empowered and just so ready to take on the world. His energy does that to me. I feel like when I have Satan walking with me, I'm just able to conquer all obstacles in my path, and nothing will stand in my way. Nothing will stop me. Nothing will deter me. Nothing will prevent me from attaining my goals. He will push me. He will help me to grow, and he will always be there. So yeah, through him, I've learned so many different perspectives, and I've learned so many lessons, and I've learned so many cool stories as well. I just love listening to what he has to share. Perspective, though, is the big one. Perspective is the big one for empowerment, because when you see everything that's happened to you, what perception can you take on these events which actually empowers you, which actually alters your state so that you don't feel hurt or damaged by it, you feel empowered by it. It's one area. It's been hard, trust me, it's been absolutely hard. There are times I don't want to be empowered. I want to just be miserable because I feel so wronged. I feel so upset that I just want to be miserable. But he's very patient, luckily for me. And he will actually sit with me and he will show me how being empowered instead will help me get what I want. So it's like, okay, I can either sit here and be miserable, or I can actually shift and go in the direction I want and get what I want and be happy. So he sits with me and he shows me these things. He shows me what I need to do. He shows me, how I can step back. And even at times when I really am being stubborn, he'll just sit with me and be like, all right, you're here and that's fine. When you're ready, you'll come out and then I'll help you. He's so empowering to work with, though, and he's so patient and understanding. I just find that there's such a sense of growth that happens when he's around. I feel like I can just grow. I feel like I can learn, and I feel like every time I connect with him, I learn something new and something amazing. He's truly an empowering demon to work with. My mentor actually had his sigil tattooed on his chest, and he said from that day forward he never feared anything, because why would he fear anything when the energy of Satan was over his heart, empowering him and carrying him forward. So that is my connection with Satan, and that is the power of his energies. So remember, if something happens in your life, there's a million perspectives you can take. There's a million different views you can look at. So ask yourself, what happened here? What's going on? How can I shift my perception so that this event empowers me and is in my best interest? It's like I said with people cursing. I can get upset, I can get angry, or I can just take it as a gift. Same with, people who leave hateful comments in the comments section, or people who try, tell me I'm going to burn in hell, and when Jesus comes, he's going to kick my ass. Okay, all you're doing is giving me energy. That's great. You're helping my YouTube channel to grow, and you're helping my algorithm, and I love you for it. It's fantastic. So, yes. Satan, though, he will carry you through any challenges, any trials, and he will help you rise as the inner warrior. That's another thing. Working with him, I feel powerful, I feel confident, I feel my inner warrior rising, and I am ready to go forward and take the world by storm. After connecting with him, I'm ready. I get up charged, motivated, inspired, and I just want to go forward. I want to go forward, and I want to get everything that I desire. That's the power from working with Satan. That is the power from connecting with the father of all demons. We see him as the Lord of the demonic divine, which basically means he is the God of the demonic divine. He is the highest demon. He is powerful. He is wise. He is ancient. He has a lot of wisdom. He has a lot of knowledge. He's a skilled warrior. He's a father. He is an amazing, amazing individual. And he is one that can help you through the darkest and the most challenging times of your life. So if you feel called to work with Satan, I highly recommend it, because he's life-changing. He's life-changing in the best way possible, from a place of empowerment and helping you to see the alternate realities that you can step into, which can help you shift the world around you and get what you want. So I'm going to end this video here, but if you're inspired to work with Satan, we do have his article up on our website, Demons and Demonolatry. So Satan, our coven notes from Lord Satan is up. If you are curious, I will drop them below in the comment section. Or not the comment section. I will drop them below in the summary of this video. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. And hit the little bell button so you always know when we have a future video coming down the pipeline. If you have any questions or suggestions, please drop them below in the comment section. I do read the comment section, and one of your questions might be featured in an upcoming video. So until next time, I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I will see you on the next Priestess Talk. Bye.